Hello ladies, this is Caro from Lacey's Creations in South Australia. Today I'm bringing you a little package of goodies made up for a kit for the ladies' diary. So when I put up the giveaway ladies' diary, I got quite a few inquiries about whether or not she was for sale, and I just haven't got time to make a few more. So what I thought was, I've done up half a dozen of these little kits, and I just thought I'd sell them in kit form, and then whoever buys them can make them up as they please. So these are a few little bits that I've just added at the end after I've wrapped this up. I just wanted to show you how she actually comes. So she'll come like this. So that's just a little embellishment, some little doilies. They're stuck together, so there's 2 or 3 in there. That's a pocket paper clip that's made out of 1800 matte paper, and that's just a tag that I've made up to show. I'm sort of picturing that the people that would want to buy these are learners and perhaps haven't got everything in their stash, and so that's why I've just given you a little variety of different things. So those are serviettes, obviously, and it'll be wrapped in this nice sewing paper, so you can use that also to make tags out of. So where will we start? I'll start with the base. Sorry. So this is a piece of quilting, crazy patch quilting that I've put in for the cover, and all of the sets are similar. They'll just be different colours, because this crazy patch quilting patch was a 12 by 12 square that I did for a quilt. And then there's the base of the Reader's Digest. So the book that I put up was a Reader's Digest, so that's the size. This is the piece of material that I used to line the inside cover. It's sort of a heavy canvasy material. And if you've got a sewing machine, you can zigzag around it and you can fray it back as much as, it's really good, this, for fraying back the edges, as you can see. And if you didn't want to use it as an inside cover, you wanted to use paper, you could keep this and use it for pockets. There's a couple of little words that I've printed out on the same material, because that's the thing, you can, all I do is put masking tape around the edge, and then I just run it through my printer, and that's how it comes out. Then a scrap of that quilting, I've ended up with these big triangles, so I thought, well, I'll just give you a piece of that, and you can use it as a corner pocket like that. Or you could make a tag out of it. There's a few things you could do with it. You could put it as a top pocket, just cut it down, obviously. And then I put some little pieces of material. So my book had material ruffles. So this little narrow piece, you could just ruffle it up and put it on the side of a page. Here's another little piece. I didn't have much of that left, so that's why there are 2 little pieces. And then this piece of pink gingham. So these are big enough to make tags out of, or big enough to make pockets. And this lovely piece is cotton. I left this on the selvage edge because that makes a lovely edge to a pocket. Or, you know, you can make a belly band. There's so much you can do with it. A little piece of broderie anglaise. I had that hanging down off the page. And that's a little piece, you might not be able to tell, but it is pink. A little piece of pink lace. Netting there. And this here could also be used as a pocket. So this is a double piece. It's off a pillowcase. So that could be used as a pocket there, or you could have it up that end and use it as a pocket, or you could cut it in half. There's so much that you can do. And there's a bigger piece of that. I actually fussy cutted these flowers on mine, and then I use these little stems as embellishments on the page and just sewed buttons onto them. And then I've put in 3 of these big tags made out of lovely cardboard or heavy paper, out of an old photo album they are. And that's one of chapter 1's prints on there. And then I've added 6 pieces of tea-dyed paper, nice and crinkly. So there's 6 sheets of that. So if you had made 2 signatures in your journal, I'd be putting 3 each of these, and then, you know, a few other papers. And then I've given you a piece of this. Now this paper is from the 1960s. It's a piece of drawer liner, and it was scented. It's still got a very faint scent, but considering it was from the 1960s, it's doing not too bad. And then I've given you 2 magazine spreads, and this is from 1958, this magazine. I have got older ones, but they're just too frail to fold and put in the mail. I just feel that if I folded them, they'd just crack and break. So I've used this 1958 magazine. And this knitting one was a little bit older. I think it was 52, this one. So they're nice little pieces that you can use on your tags. Or you could even, if I was putting that into my signature, I would run a piece of washi tape or masking tape down there just to strengthen your seam, because it is old paper. And then a piece of music paper. We all know how we love to use the music paper. Then I've put this library card pocket. It is a bit bright, but you could alter that. You could, you know, glue your music paper on. There's so much you could do with it, and then just get your brush and darken this white piece. That's what I would do with it, and then just stick it in on a page. I've given you a couple of Tim Holtz dolls. Each pack will have probably different dolls in it, but I've tried to sort of keep them all in theme. There's an original postcard in each one, and that's I can't see a date on it, but 24th of December 1906. I was going to say, you can always, if you can't find a date, you usually can tell by the age of the stamp that it's in that era. So this, you can actually see it. It's 24th of December 1906. So that's a original old postcard. Now this paper here, these 3 pieces, is from the 1800s, and it's German manuscript. And what I use that for a lot is embellishment. You'll see on these embellishments, see there's a little bit of the German manuscript behind it, and then layered up with gauze and lace and whatnot. But it really lends itself beautiful for little embellishments and on tags for collaging. So even though there's only 3 pieces there, you do get a lot out of it if you just use little pieces at a time. This is just a piece of corrugated card, because once again I thought if the person buying this is a learner, they may not have all these things in their stash. Piece of embossed card that I've done. I won't put that next to that because that's I don't want it to crack. And this is a lovely piece of ledger from 1943, I think my book is. Yeah, it's got 1943 here. Once again, that would be a nice page within your signature. And this paper is actually, even though it's 1943, it's quite strong, so I don't think you'd need to reinforce that with anything. If you just took it out to here for your signature, you'd have all that to play around with for collaging or making a tag out of. So once again, you're getting a good amount there. I'll pop that inside there. And then we come, I'll just take this away. Then we come to these little packs. So Each one of these packs is exactly the same, except that with the embellishment pack you'll have some different colours, but I've tried to keep the tones the same. So in this pack you've got your 2 little crocheted medallions and the little tiny ones. You've got a tiny little doily there, a piece of applique, and this is a piece of, on my diary I had a piece of this on one of the corners, and I had this hanging out the edge. You can always go back to the YouTube flip through and see how I've used some of these things if you're not sure. So that's that. And this is a very old wedding dress, at least 65 years old this wedding dress was, because the lady that gave it to me had been married for 66 years. 66. Had been married 66 years, and this was her wedding dress. She was 86. So that's a piece of that, and each pack has the same size. I've made everything the same size so that it's all fair and square. Then in here are the laces. When you see it like this, it doesn't look a lot, but there's actually enough here to do a whole journal. So this blue lace, you've got 2 tones of blue there. There's a good metre of this wider one and 2 metres of this little narrow one, if you can see that. Just stuck with a bit of washi tape. There's this old vintage piece here. There was a good metre of this broderie anglaise lace. And this is another old one. And then there's some ric-rac. A piece of braided trim. So I like to put lace and trim on every page in my journal, which is why they become too chunky. But you don't need to. You can put them on every 2nd page or 3rd page. Or just here and there. Well, you know, it's up to the person that buys it as what they like to do. So that's that. And then the little piece of gathered lace there. Some of these pieces I've only given you small pieces because they're plenty big enough to put on a pocket, or they're big enough to run down the side of a page. And this is old lace as well. Nice cream piece. And that's just a little piece of pink cord. There's a good metre of that there too. And then there's a bit of seam binding. I've put in some of these little flowers. I've kept them all intact, but you just cut them off and use them as you want to. There's white ones, there's these coloured ones and pink ones. And then a piece of eyelash trim, which is pale pink against the white, you see that? So that's that bag. And then in this bag I have a few embellishments. So, and like I said, in each packet they're all the same. So there's 6 whale tails used to make tags, as you know. 6 of those. There's a wax seal. There's 6 of these faux stamps. I probably won't be able to find them all now. Here they are. So these are stickers. You just peel the back off those, and those are stickers. So I've put 6 of those in. I put 2 playing cards that you can alter. A clock and a round disc. I'm pretty sure I got that from Tim Holtz. And then I've got 6 butterflies that have all been fussy cut by my husband. Oops. There's 6 of those in there. 6 little labels. And, oh, there's another circle one. And then I put in some washi stickers. So there's a butterfly in each one. There's 2 flowery ones. And there's a old cart type one. A little tiny pig. I think I've put about 4 bowl pins. There's those. And then I've got some little cabochons here. Try and pick them out so you can see them. Yeah, little cabochons, which I use as embellishments on the page. So I'd put a little piece of, you know, gathered material or even flat material, and then just a piece of gauze and one of those in the middle. Actually, I must add some gauze. Can you, sorry, I'll just get my husband. In that bottom drawer, there's a packet of gauze. Might be in the top drawer. Yeah, there. I'll add some gauze so that you've got that as well. So they come like that. They're medical gauzes. And if I put 3 in each pack, that will give you plenty, because they open right out. And then what I do is I just squirt them with a bit of Tim Holtz Distress, or I put a bit of ink on my workbench and just rub it around, and that's how I colour them. So I'll put 3 in each pack. Like I said, they open out a lot. And then I've got a handmade button, a wooden button that says handmade with love. A little wooden bird, 2 little words, one of these numbers, discs, and another word. Oh, so there were 3 words, and some little numbers. Labels used for embellishing your tags, a charm, a metal butterfly. These are nice to hang on your signatures, a wooden butterfly, and then a few little buttons. I think I put 6 of the white ones. Can't remember what number I put in there. 6 of the white ones and a few of these other little coloured ones. But each bag's got exactly the same in the buttons and the embellishments. The only thing that's different in all of them is your butterflies and your whale tails may be different colours, and that's about it. The material and the lace I tried to make exactly the same. Okay, ladies, that's all there is. You can message me on YouTube, or you can go to my Facebook page, Lacey's Creations, to see these for sale, and you can PM me and we'll get down to the details. Unfortunately, the postage to America has got really expensive, but then again, with your American dollars exchanging to Australia dollars, sometimes it's not too bad. I posted something the other day that the lady bought off me, and it was $75, and with postage, the postage was $36, but with the American exchange, I think she paid just over $80 for both post and the parcel, so it gives you some indication. But it's just, you know, with COVID, the post has held up, and the price has all gone up, and it just makes it so hard for us to enjoy what we love doing. Okay, ladies, that's it for now. I'll wait to hear from anyone that's interested. Thanks very much.